Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I shall give you 5 to buy the DJI Smart Controller. So let us begin. Reason number 5, and of course I'm gonna say the brighter screen. And coming from a pilot who's been flying drones for 3 years, almost daily, without a smart controller, and then switched to a smart controller, you see the difference. I am not even exaggerating. The difference is insane. The brightness on the screen is very adjustable, and even on the brightest day, I was able to see the screen clearly. Reason number 4. Most people do not consider this, but for me, it's one less battery to worry about. So when you fly a drone with a conventional remote controller, you have actually 3 batteries you need to worry about. You have the drone battery, you constantly have to keep an eye on that gauge, on that meter. Then you have the remote battery, you have to keep an eye on, make sure your remote does not fully discharge. And you also have your phone battery to keep an eye on. So you constantly have to sort of keep an eye on or be aware of 3 batteries while flying your drone. With a smart controller, you eliminate one of those batteries. So now you just have your controller battery to keep an eye on and your drone battery. That's it. It makes it one less thing to worry about while you're flying. Reason number 3. For me personally, I noticed it right away as soon as I picked up the smart controller for the first time, is the better screen resolution. Uh, Everything just seems a bit sharper. You see everything much clearer than on any phone that I have used in the past. And I've used Android phones, I used iPads, I used iPad minis, I've used brand new iPhones. As soon as I turned on the smart controller for the first time, the screen sharpness, screen resolution just seemed more and sharper and more native, like it was made to be that way. So going back from that to a phone, you immediately notice the difference. I would suggest you try that. So number 2 reason, believe it or not, this I frequently run into: no more wires. You really do not have to search for the correct wire to connect your phone to the remote controller. I did notice this also when I was flying the DJI Spark just a few weeks back, and I connected via Wi-Fi the phone to the remote. Having no wires to worry about is actually liberating. It's so great. It's such a great feeling. And with a smart controller, you don't have to worry about wires. Believe it or not, when I went to sell several of my drones, because I sent all of my extra wires for the remotes, especially for the Android phones, to the Ukrainian military, I couldn't find any. And when you sell your drone, you have to make sure you sell them with all the correct wires, because odds are, like, I fly with all, well, before the smart controller, I flew with all Apple devices. So I made sure that all my drones had an Apple connection cable. But most people, I believe, fly with Android devices. And when I go to sell my drone, I realize I don't have the USB-C cable for the phone. And I'm like, holy crap, I need to right now go out, find the right cable, spend money. No such problem with the smart controller. I don't worry about wires anymore. I don't worry if I packed the right wire. All I have to make sure basically is just the smart controller is charged and that it's working properly. It connects to the drone. That's it. I don't have to worry about anything else. And number 1 reason for the DJI smart controller, actually for any smart controller, this is like huge. This is number 1: no more phone. You will not believe how many perfect shots have been ruined, how many perfect videos I had to pause, restart, and reshoot, how many pictures I lost because I was flying with my phone. Because at that very important moment, somebody, some a-hole will have to call you. And if you're recording video, you're flying with the DJI app on the iPhone, for example, it will immediately stop the recording. It will kick you out of the app. And it's just insane. I had a lot of things ruined because I was flying with my phone. At the same time, in the job that I was in while flying my drones, it's very inconvenient. It's actually, I'm not supposed to put my phone in airplane mode and fly like that. I'm not supposed to turn on my 3G connection. I'm always supposed to have it on because I have people who may contact me at any time of the day. And but with a smart controller, I just forget about my phone. I put my phone back in my pocket, fly with a smart controller. If I need internet connection to have maps cache in the background, I turn on the Wi-Fi on the smart controller and turn on the hotspot on my phone, and everything works perfectly. No more interruptions to my flying, as in like my screen kicking off the DJI Go 4 app and switching to a phone call. It was very inconvenient. And imagine how difficult it is to, well, you probably done it. If you're watching this video, it probably happened to you several times, but how difficult it actually is to answer a phone while it's plugged into a remote control. So you have to basically, like, I'll show you. Imagine this is with the remote control. You have to bring the remote control to your ear, and it's very inconvenient. So number one reason is no phone. You have a dedicated screen on your remote control. It's a part of your remote control, and you don't have to worry about losing that picture on the screen. You can fly your missions, and if your phone rings, your app doesn't kick you out. You can ignore your phone and you can concentrate on the mission. So for me, that's number one reason, believe it or not. And only because of that convenience, don't want to go back to the regular controller anymore unless I really have to. So there you have it. Those are the 5 reasons why I would suggest anybody who's flying drones to switch to a smart controller. And it's not drone specific, so it doesn't matter if you're flying DJI. You can get a DJI smart controller. If you're flying Autel has their own smart controller, which I hopefully will get to test here in a little bit. So yeah, I would highly recommend, if you're able to get a smart controller, get a smart controller. It's just so much more convenient to use. I understand there are drawbacks to smart controller. I will record a separate video for that, but for me personally, the benefits of a smart controller outweigh everything else. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if this video was educational, or if you like the video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.